Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you saw the title of this video, well, you know what this is about. No, it is not clickbait. Yes, I was in an actual real life movie. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be in theaters, but I don't know for sure. Oh, that was my phone, sorry. I decided that I would tell you guys the story time of why and how that happened. By the way, if anybody from the movie is seeing this, just wanted to say I will not spoil anything about the movie in this video. I'm just talking about like my experience, and I won't spoil anything because the movie is not out yet. I am not going to say the title of the movie to you guys just in case I accidentally say something, but I don't think I will. So I won't say anything other than what the producers have posted like publicly on Instagram. Well, directors, whoever, or actors. I would just be talking about like my experience, how I got on the movie. You guys probably don't believe me because I'm not saying the title of the movie, but when this movie comes out, I promise I will tell you guys the title. I will tell you guys more about it if you want to know. For now, I just like don't know how much I should say. I won't be saying anything that like they didn't post publicly. Let's just get into this story time. This whole story time is from June. I just didn't want to say anything for a while, didn't know if I should, and then like I realized that I probably could as long as I don't say anything about the movie. If anybody sees this and like has an issue with it, contact me, I will take it down. My whole life I've been so into movies and radio and videos, like this stuff. I've loved it since I was probably 10 years old, maybe before, and I downloaded Video Star on my phone and I would spend hours a day making music videos. I actually like had a fake YouTube channel when I was little, but I never actually posted anything because I didn't know how. I've been making videos for as long as I can remember. Like I had a little camera. When I was 13, I was actually convinced I was going to be an actress. I wanted to audition for commercials and all this stuff, and then I realized that I was not really good at remembering lines and I kind of get nervous. I was in some plays and stuff. I have a different job in mind that I want now. Still has to do with video stuff, of course. I'll get into that later when I go to college probably, and maybe I'll tell you guys about that later. But the point is, I've really been into videos and movies and radio my whole life. I actually did something with the radio a long time ago. That was like almost a year ago now. I didn't talk about that either. I basically did an internship with this radio thing. It was kind of an internship or just like a program learning thing, and I ended up writing a story and they like edited it for me and it went on the radio and it was super cool. I feel like I'm all over. I'm not trying to be like that. I was just trying to give you guys some background. It wasn't just like movie, cool. I've been into this my whole life. I was in my room at the beach and my mom was in a different room and she sent me this like Facebook link and she's like, you should look at this. And it was basically like this link saying this movie needed extras for a day and they needed high schoolers, which was perfect. I was between 11th and 12th grade, but I figured like it wouldn't happen. Like me and my mom were just like, haha, that would be like really funny. I emailed, I think it was like the producer or director, somebody like on the movie set, and I was like, hi, I'm interested in being an extra. If you still need people, this would be really cool, let me know. I've been on the radio, I've never been in a movie. So I didn't hear anything, continued my beach trip, and then I got an email back. I think it was whenever we got home from the beach with information on like what the extras needed to wear, what time they needed to be there, and they were like, come be an extra, this is what we're gonna need you to do, blah blah blah. I was so surprised that I got an email back. The thing is, it was like a specific day because that's when they filmed, and this day I was going to the Ariana Grande concert with my friend Axel, which I already vlogged if you guys want to watch that vlog. So it was the same day. I knew I would have to leave for the concert and get ready in the afternoon. I'd been planning this concert for months. I texted again, I don't know if it was the director or producer, I'm sorry. I texted them and I was like, hi, like I really want to do this. I don't know how long you guys are planning for the day to be. Is there any way that I could leave by 3 o'clock? I have prior plans that I need to get ready for and stuff. And she was so nice. She was like, yes, of course, you can leave by then. I'm excited to see you. And I was so excited. I was like, great. So that way I could go to the movie because the call time was 10 a.m. So I picked out like outfits and like I had to bring a backpack because I was a high schooler. Then the day of the movie comes. It was June 24th, the day we filmed it, which is so weird because every year since 2015, something weird and iconic like this has happened on June 24th. I thought it would just be the Ariana Grande concert. One of the years on June 24th, Sabrina Carpenter followed me on Twitter. That was super cool. One year I got to go to San Francisco. Like it's all this random stuff. So I drove to the set. I was like, wow, I'm like driving down to this movie set by myself. I've never been on a movie set. And I walk in and they were filming it at a school. They had to get like a picture of me, my phone number. I had to like sign contracts prior to going into this. I didn't talk, but saying like my image and voice could be on TV. My mom had to sign like release stuff too, obviously. So I gave them those papers and then we did some stuff. And then like I sat down and they were like, wait in the lobby. I'm sitting there. There's probably like 7 of us down there at this point. Some people's call time was 12. It depended like how old you wanted to be. And I kind of look like I'm 14, which was like an option kind of, but I also look like I'm 18 because I am almost 18. It was somebody. She came down and she needed 5 of us, and I was one of the chosen 5, and they took us upstairs into where they were filming. Movie sets are so cool. There was cameras, sound stuff, lights everywhere. It looks like your normal school classroom because it was in a real school, except they have lights everywhere, and like one half of the room is like so disordered, and then the other half is like all set up for this movie. It was just super cool. I walked in and they wanted me in a scene right away. They told me what I needed to do. I was in the background of the scene. It's actually the opening scene of the movie. I'm in the opening scene, the closing scene, and 2 other scenes. But the first one we filmed was the opening scene. Again, I'm not going to tell you what happens in this scene because that's just not it. So I sat there and we're filming the scene, and it probably took us a full hour to film a 30-second scene. We had to film it several times to make sure it was good, and then they had to do close-ups on each of the actors. And then like sometimes people would mess up. Then something interesting happened during this. So I was sitting at my table. I was with this other guy. We talked. It was just a lot of people who volunteered to be extras. So it was really cool to talk to everybody. One of the extras goes up to one of the actors. I don't know if you guys know the show Sam and Cat. I'm gonna like insert a picture here on Nickelodeon. Amazing show. He goes up to one of the actors and he goes, "I heard you were in Sam and Cat." And I look over and I'm like, oh, that's kind of funny. I bet he was like a guest star in one episode. He was like, yeah, I was. So I was like, oh, did you like get to meet Jeanette and Ariana? If you guys don't know who they are, that is Sam and Cat. Jeanette McCurdy and Ariana Grande. This was like in between takes, and I was like, oh, did you get to meet them? And he goes, yeah, I worked with them for years. And I'm sitting there like, he worked with them for years? I had no clue who this guy was. Yeah, I've seen probably every single episode of Sam and Cat, some multiple times, because it was on probably, what year did Sam and Cat air? 2013. So it started when I was 11 and it ended, I think, when I was 12. Maybe I was 13 when it ended. So I was just so confused because I did not recognize him at all. So then I was like, I loved that show. Who were you? He looks at me and he's like, I was Dice. If you guys have seen this show, you're probably like, are you kidding me? Like, Dice was a main character. So I'm sitting there staring at him, still couldn't see it. I was sitting there like, he's lying to me. This man is not Dice. And I was like, seriously? And he was like, yeah. He was like, I look a lot different. He looks completely different. I'm so sorry if he ever sees this, but here's a picture of him and Sam and Cat, and here's a picture of him now, or the most recent one I can find. He looks completely different. Maybe in the pictures he looks similar, but in real life, no, I did not recognize him. Even looking at him after that, I couldn't see it. Like, I was like, you aren't Dice. And I was like, I'm seeing her tonight, Ariana Grande, which was so weird because I was seeing him and Ariana Grande in the same day. And he was like, oh, cool. Like, he probably didn't care at all. Like, he was super nice about it, but probably did not care. And I was sitting there like, I just felt so dumb because I'm supposed to be like professional on this movie set, but I was like, oh, you were in Sam and Cat. That was honestly just something super funny that happened, and I wanted to like get a picture of him or something, but I also, again, like didn't want to be weird, so I didn't do it. So then after doing the classroom scene, the directors were like, okay, like now we're gonna do some scenes with like the people who we need to be older and like have cars. I was like pretending to be somebody younger in these scenes. So I go up to her and I'm like, hey, I'm actually like older in real life, and a few other people were too, because you can pretend to be like multiple ages on camera. So I was like, hey, like I actually brought a car, I have it. And they needed cars for a different scene we were doing. So she's like, oh great, like can we use your car? And I was like, yeah, that'd be so cool. We actually had to wait down in the lobby for a little bit because the actors had to like do scene change, and they had like other stuff that was going on. Maybe they were filming something else, I don't know. So they had us go downstairs and wait in the lobby. At this point there were like 30 people in the lobby because they needed dogs for some scenes. They were doing different scenes. Then I started talking to these people, and I think a few of them might have subscribed. So if that was you, comment please, because I don't know if you guys subscribed. I forget. I remember talking about YouTube though. Everybody was super cool. We just hung out in the lobby for like an hour, and then eventually we were like, we should go to a vending machine and like get some snacks. And then we go to get the snacks and they're like, hold up, we need you guys back. We were in this other scene outside. That scene I was sitting with this boy and pretending to talk. For the last scene of the day, they actually needed my car. I drove it in the movie. I really hope they leave that in because I just thought that was super funny. I just want to say that the directors of this movie were so nice. The producers, it was one of the coolest experiences of my life, even though it was literally like 4 or 5 scenes. I met a lot of cool people on this set. I would love to be on more movie sets. I would tell you guys more about it. I just, again, don't want to say anything that I can't. Like, they weren't like, don't say anything, but I just feel like that's like unrespectful to like go online and be like, yo, this movie. If you find the movie, no big deal. I just like don't want to expose things that I'm not supposed to expose. I think it's coming out next year. I might be completely wrong. When it comes out, it might not be for a really long time, but I will tell you guys, I will show you the scenes I'm in, and I will talk more about those. If you have the opportunity to be an extra in a movie, do it. It's super cool. If you guys like this video, please like and subscribe, comment down below, and let me know what you think. Next week, I have a super fun video coming. It relates to senior years. I'll see you guys next week. Bye!